So a few times it's happened now that someone, one of you, the best audience in the world by the way, yeah, sends me an image of their lighting setup saying that something's missing and they don't know what exactly, but it doesn't look cinematic enough and it feels too flat. That's what they say. And usually it's because one of the most important lights is just missing. This light, a backlight or a rim light more specifically. So let me show you real quick how it works. It creates separation between the subject and the background by creating a rim of light. And you can see it here on my shoulder and this side of my face. It's usually on the shadow side of the subject, especially when the background is kind of dark and the subject is also wearing dark clothes. If I wouldn't have that light there, my shoulder, my shape would just disappear in the darkness of the background. So a rim light creates more depth and it makes the image feel less flat. It makes a 2D image look 3D almost. And you can use a rim light in your studio, but also when lighting a scene on location, for example. You can add it to a lot of different setups. Well, a light, duh. I usually use a super cheap LED panel like this one. You can get these for 30 bucks. I'll link a few in the description. But of course, you can also use a more expensive light, no problem. Technically, you could use any light you want, but a simple LED panel works just fine in most situations. The rule usually is opposite to the key light. So I have my key light here, that's the main light, at 45 degrees. So the rim light is behind me at 45 degrees, more or less. But of course, you can play around with it. But remember that bringing it more to the front will make it look less like a rim light and more like a fill light, because it will light more of the side of my face. And the more to the back, the narrower the actual rim of light will be. And if you want a natural look, make sure that the rim light is higher than your subject. So mine is also higher than my head. Putting it lower can also look really cool, but it's not natural for the light to come from down there somewhere, you know? So keep that in mind. Well, you can actually use both hard and soft light. I use that LED panel with a softbox and the brightness is set at 10% for a subtle, natural look. But you can also use a harder light source or a brighter one. Let me put it at 30%, for example. See, this is at 30%. It's just a bit more, in your face. And you can even use natural light. I also have a window back there behind me. Let me open the curtain and then you can see the difference with the natural light. There we go, that's the light coming from the window. So it looks harsher than the softbox, obviously. But yeah, you can use whatever you want. Just know that depending on the type of light that you use, it will look and feel different. It all depends on what you're trying to achieve. A subtle, natural look, then use a softbox and a dim light. But if you want an over-the-top sci-fi look, for example, then maybe it's better to go for a harsh, bright light source. All up to you. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.